down to good old Grym. And we need, let's see, scale mail, and did I just send all of the stuff back? Go and get it. I'm currently wielding the Cloak of Protection for extra AC. This is not relevant for the Grym fight, but is nonetheless a relevant thing. I'm probably going to be equipping, let us see, the Psychic Spark to add those magic missiles as an action to my action when I need to deal with the methods. Probably also adding the Sentinel Shield for the initiative might be good. I mean, at this point I have +1 here. I have a dex of 12 because I need to equip the Fleet Fingers, which I think I do need to do. And then I'm using the Crusher Ring for the jumping around. Psychic Spark alongside with Nair Miss for dealing with methods. Let's see. But the Sentinel Shield for +3 to initiative roll. That gives me a +4 to initiative roll from these items alone. And I get a +1 from Dex. So obviously these things are not necessary to do that fight. And the level 7 is not necessary either. It's just at this point it's not that bad to have, honestly. I will need to bring out the jump ring for that jump action. We're going to head down there. Yeah, a couple of things when going into this. So once you get to doing this fight, it's pretty imperative that you are able to, you're able to deal with the fight in one way or the other. You can cheese it, of course, by going places where Grym cannot reach. For instance, once the platform goes down, you can then stay up here, and then you can kill him from afar. If that's what you want, throw things at him and the like. But if you want to kind of fight him down here, there are, I think, a couple of... probably the most recognized strategy at this point involves jumping very, very far. And for that to work very well, having a strength score of 18 or more is great, or 18 or 20 is great. Having the Crusher Ring on you for extra movement speed is a pretty important thing. If you end up in a situation where Grym does a knockdown on you and breaks you, you need to be able to get up from that position, disengage, and get out of dodge as quick as possible. Using Misty Step is fine, but I actually like the combination of the Fleet Fingers that enables you to to jump for free as far as you can, combined with the boots of speed. This will basically enable your bonus action in a very, very strong way, these two items combined. And having the Crusher Ring will help you out in terms of getting away even if he does knock you down. So those things work together. On top of that, you need the jump or the Ring of Jumping or similar, some kind of spell that helps you effectively triple your jumping distance. You can buff this, unequip the ring, and then you can do something else. In this case, probably this is what the setup is going to look like, meaning I'm going to put away the Ring of Protection, because saving throws and jump and armor class is not very important for this, since once he starts pounding on you, that's a very bad thing. That's a bad situation to get in. Let me just quickly reinstall my items back. Also, another important thing is that don't wear any kind of metal once you do the fight. Any kind of metal will greatly expose you when the fire methods spawn mid-fight. So if the fire methods spawn and they start casting their heat metal on you, you're going to be in a bad position for the fight. So that's pretty much why the combination of these items works so well. Nothing is made out of metal, apparently. But let's head in and start the fight. And I will be doing the... I definitely won't be doing that. One moment. I think it's listed on the quest items. I will be doing the splint mail heavy because that's the most expensive part. And then I'm going to be using the shield. I'm not creating medium armor because I'll be relying on the potent ropes for the entire game. So for that reason I don't need the medium armor, but obviously that can be good for some builds. So we'll be putting in the shield mold for the funsies. And then popping in the mithril ore. And then activating the forge. So there are a couple of ways of dealing with this outside of the regular jump strategy. The other thing that you can do that's actually also going to help control the boss is actually the Hunger of Hadar spell. So that can be cast in the middle, effectively making Grym walk around in him, losing a lot of his movement. Since his movement is relatively predictable in theory with the strategy that I'll be using, I probably won't need this, but it is definitely something that I want to keep available in case that I feel like I need it. So at this point, I have 17 temporary hit points from the Agathis. Don't want to change that around one bit. Hello, critique, welcome. So I'll be popping the jump, or rather, I'll be popping the spell here from the mirror image here. And then I'll be doing the jump. I'll be summoning the closet. Then I'm going to do a short rest. This does two things for me. First of all, the short rest enables my spell slots, and since I already used those, that's tremendous, because that means that I actually get things back. I get the Misty Step back that in a pinch can save me if I need to escape. I get access to the Hunger of Hadar spell that I can then cast, so that's good. A couple of things, right? And it also, most important of all, enables the jump spell to be used a second time for the short rest resource here. So that means that I can actually kind of get back into it. And even though that the jump spell here is going to use up my bonus action, disabling the jump, and a regular dash is going to enable the fleet finger and thus giving me a free jump, which is right here. So that whole thing kind of makes everything a bit more safe. So I'll be starting the fight here. I need Shovel to be invisible. This is just like a fail safe. It doesn't really mean anything. And I'll place him here where Grym can't see him. And then I'm going to initiate the fight, but first, toilet break. 1 minute. Alright, back. So I'm going to be clicking the lava valve here in turn-based mode. I mean, at this point, is this, I forget if this is actually an action. I think this is an action, so I do need to click this one here. And the fight starts. So I have an initiative of 7, which is hopefully will carry me with the mud methods. With the fire method. So the idea is that you can do this several ways, in principle. The idea is that Grym is he's currently inside of the lava, where you want him to be in the lava, and then you want to use the hammer on him for this. I believe that with the initiative of 7 that I rolled, I'll be fine for when the methods spawn in a moment. So, Grym needs to go to a place in which he will be inside of the lava, but also inside of the crucible. That way, you can kind of benefit from the fact that he's ready to be bonked several times in a row. And this is what I'm going to be aiming for here. So I'll be jumping to this platform, and there's a particular reason for this. So, and this is where he can walk. He won't be using his quake in the beginning of the fight. That's only once the methods spawn, then the quake will be active. So you want to look at the angle that he's walking. So you want him to move into somewhat this position, but you actually want to go slightly further back here. Approximately here, I believe, is the right spot, and then we're going to end our turn. I am going to be casting a couple of free spells for this, or maybe just the Blade Ward, and we'll end the turn here. Right. So the idea is that Grym is actually on top of this now, which I'm not quite sure that he is. So in case that my general positioning was incorrect, we still get that chance to kind of make it work, even though that is not the case. So let us do a regular attack for this then. So we don't need the jump available for this. Let us try and see. Yeah, that was a miss. Was actually a miss, which is fine because normally that's what you do. So the positioning here was slightly off. I cannot explain exactly why that happened. So I am going to be casting my my Hunger of Hadar now for the funsies. So this will be a little bit of a random, in a sense, a little bit of a random go here. It doesn't trigger his. His legendary action at this point. Apparently, you need to use direct hit on him. He's still pretty hot, and I believe he is actually on the crucible now. He's in a bad position, but I don't think that is going to matter much at this point. I will be shooting the valve here to see if we can't get the hammer to work now. Right, there we go. So here we have the methods. Grym is currently prone with 2 turns, so he should not be reacting at this point. I'll be using my magic missile from the Nair Missile, which is the level 3 spell here, to kill off these guys. And this of course works. This of course works because of all of the illithid powers that is currently in my repertoire here. So I'm going to move here. As far as I know, I'm currently still in the safe zone as far as the quake goes. So we'll be seeing. He gets up, but he doesn't do anything, right? So he's now currently inside of my Hunger of Hadar, which impedes his movement. So this is not like this doesn't work for every class. Some classes can do these shenanigans, others can't. But in general, the whole positioning thing went slightly wrong. So I'm going to be shooting the lava here. I think I need to go to this position. Not enough movement. Is that so? you don't want to be in a position where the lava gets you. That is probably the worst idea in the world. Let's just check if there isn't something else. Enabling shovel here is going to make Grym move towards him, which I think at this point, probably since he's actually being hit at the crucible here, I really want to get him lavaed. Which, you know, yeah, I could Eldritch Blast it. That is definitely an option. Probably that is what we're going to do here. So how Grym is. He is not superheated because he is currently on top of the the mold form, which is great because now we get to see all those weird things that this fantastic encounter entails. So I am going to use my bonus action and my fleet fingers activate, and then I'm going to go into a place where I know probably I can still. I don't think it matters. I'm just going to go here. And then he activates Seismic Wrath, which enables his action. So now he quakes. Right. So he quakes away some of my temporary hit points, which is also great because now we're in a different situation again. I still have 4 turns left on the jump. I have another jump action, so I can use those shenanigans. So Grym has a total of, if I remember correctly, 12 meters of movement, which is, can't go through him, but like 12 meters here, and then he has 15 meters of quake, which is this 27. I believe those are the numbers. So that's practically like the entire screen, if I remember correctly. Or maybe he's moving he might be moving the 9 meters. I think he's moving the 9 meters. That's the 9 meters. And then from the 9 meters he has 15 meters of quake. I believe that is the thing. Or maybe it's only 12. I mean, we could also just science it out on the fly. Okay, so I need to reposition him. And how do I do that in an effective way? If I can get him to, right now he's currently superheated, but if I can get him to the location here around the belts, I should be able to get him to do what I want. But he is in one of the more bad situation. The quake length here, let's see, that was quake length was actually approximately 10 meters, I think. So maybe that is his quake length. Let's just, for the funsies, do this again. And then we're going to do the jump. You don't want to jump into him, into the hitbox. I believe I can go across here without injuring myself. I am going to try it at least. And then to this location. Just to see if we can't get the positioning right. So this is going to be a little bit more not very perfect, right? Because at this point, now he's in a position where I can get the hammer to go on him, but he'll not be superheated. So I need to move him a little bit as well. In order to be able to do this fully. Let's just quickly see. So that means the Eldritch Blast. It's not going to get me there. So I am going to go and jump to this location. Or to this location maybe. Let's go. So at this point his Seismic Wrath has already been used, so now I'm going to go to this position to see if this is not going to... Oh, I have the prime target on me, which is fine. Right, so we're going to end the turn. And I'm regaining the turn, but the problem is that at this point, Grym is going to move, and he is going to move into a place where he can actually get to hit me. That is, unless shovel goes into play. Because now I don't have the prime target, and I do believe that he likes to play around with shovel. So let's see if we can get into... Why am I not in combat here? Oh, that's because he's blind. Right. Okie dokie. Right, so 2 turns of mirror image. And I have to shield the falls. And a renewal of the jump speed. Oh, that was the... Oh yeah, that now the shield of thrall and it uses my it uses my bonus action, so that is no longer an option. Right. Let's see what happens. And now he quakes. He quakes now, which is fine, I think. Chop, 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 chop. And so that is the... the effective 12. That is the 12 meters that enables the quake. So the 12 meters plus 9, that equals 21. I think that is it. So no matter where I go, I will be potentially the subject of his quake spell. Let's see. Now he's superheated, so now I just need to move him a little bit and then we'll be fine. Let's see. If I move him all the way back here, he's going to go approximately here. That's no good. He needs to go approximately here. So we do need to activate the jump. And then we're going to accept the quake. We're going to accept the quake. Dash. Jump. Yeah. I'm going to jump here and to check the length. 12 meters is he can move 9 meters, so that's 14, so that equals 14 and then 9 meters, that and we come down to 5 meters. Don't think he can also hit me, but he can quake me. So I'll position myself here, I think, and take the quake. Actually going to move shovel here just to see what he prefers to do at this point, but he'll hit the both of us anyway. Yeah, he's going to go for shovel, and he's going to have an acceptable location here. Right. Okie dokie. So now the superheat is on him. I need to reposition, obviously. So I'll jump to this location. And now he's in this position, which I actually do like. I can't quite... Let's just see real quick. 9 meters, 21 meters is... So... I think if I do this, I can kind of optimize a little bit. Let's try that. To be on the safe side, so he's going to go this way. I think this is okay. Fingers crossed. Alright. Bonus action. So now he's prone, so I'm going to be going down here with my blade board. And when the turn ends, he shouldn't get... Yeah, he doesn't get... Normally, he doesn't get additional... He doesn't get additional turns of... additional turns of shenanigans. So at this point, probably he's not in the right location, so I need to relocate him. Which is not very optimal because he is going to go and quake me at this point. Let's just check the length. There is 9 meters, so this is currently 17 meters, which is... So he's moving 9 meters, so that is 17 to 9, that's 8 meters. It's going to be approximately here. That means he can quake me, but he cannot hit me. Yeah, so what I can do is I can do a couple of things, right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot this lever again to prone him. And then I'm going to be summoning the dog over here. And then I'm just gonna head back here. Oh, and then he apparently regains movement. That was a little bit interesting. Quakes. A little bit interesting and a little bit problematic. Normally that that doesn't happen to my knowledge. Because now he's in the lava though. I just need to see if this is actually a situation where I do need to escape, which would really be sucky for me. Because I do have the option of escaping at any time. I think that he has resistance to everything outside of bludgeoning. And that is probably not going to be a thing for me at this point. I am actually wondering... So he's in, let's see, he's in approximately 10 meters here. So 10 meters plus 9, that's 19. That's going to take him here. Which is not very optimal. And I can't really direct him to anywhere else with my current setup here on Wyll. So that means that he is going to, let's see, 9 meters. And then 18 approximately here, and then 30. That's going to be enough for the quake, which the quake dealt 21 bludgeoning damage last time. And then he gets to a position . He gets to a position which is absolutely useless to me, so that means taking 2 quakes. Let's quickly see. Down here, I think, also is enough for the quake, but then again, he was going to be positioned. So going to this location. Going to this location all the way here. It's going to position Grym approximately here, which is also bad. So the location . taking one more slam, probably with the blade ward, is going to be survivable with the blade ward and the 20 hit points. I think actually. Problem is, yeah. So I should be able to take another quake here. Problem is, if he can hit me, that's death. So from this location, that's bad. I need to, this turn is defining. Either I do the right positioning or I die, or I have to escape and cheese, which is not something I want to do. I think getting him to move down here is the safest bet. I'm going to go for this. Blade ward. So that's going to give him, let's see, the 9. He's going to be hitting me with his quake, no matter what. But I still have enough movement speed with my shenanigans to kind of pull off getting away from that. There is one issue here. He's not currently focused on me, so that I have this kind of fear that he's going to go for Scratch. And that is going to be a catastrophe if that happens. So either I kill Scratch now, or I use Scratch in some way. Oh, Scratch is not, he does not have his turn. He's already at the, okay, he cannot move, okay. So we'll have to see. So, doesn't matter too much where I go, so this is just as good. Let's end the turn and see. He goes for Scratch. That was pretty much the one thing that I didn't want to happen. Didn't want to happen here. Let's just quickly see. So the movement here, let's see. 13, 15 meters, 9 meters. So from approximately 16 to 7. I think it might just be good enough. Alright, for the glory. For the glory. Yeah, can't really do anything else other than going to move here. I'm just slightly worried that it's not going to be enough. I might need to go here actually. I am going to be tanking the quake no matter what. Alright. So, do I need to... Doesn't look like if I go here, then I go into his range. If I go here, okay, I can escape. Dash. The blade ward wears off, so fingers crossed. take length. Length is approximately. It needs to be. He's going. Let's see. So this is 15 meters approximately, right? 16 meters, and his. He goes 9 meters. So that's 25 minus. That's. Means that if I'm really unlucky, he's going to go here, which. He might be slightly too much. Oh well, let's see. Okay. Fight over. That was a bit hairy. Lots of shenanigans, and I have to admit, the jumping from the original position, since that goes wrong, everything goes wrong, and I've been practicing that quite a bit, but it did not work this time. And there was another time where I proned him, and he was able to move straight away. So right now I'm under the assumption that the second that his seismic wrath ability has been used, you cannot use the hammer to prone him twice without him interacting with you. I'll have to review the VOD and check that out for myself, I guess. So, and you get the 875 XP, so that's a total of 1000 plus a lot of extra stuff. Let's get back